Good evening, I am Ryan Broom. Another tropical system has formed and it poses a threat to Barbados. In fact, the island is now under a tropical storm watch. Meteorologist Wayne McGarry joins us now with more on Tropical Storm Maria. Wayne?
A blessed good evening to you, Ryan, and of course to our viewers. Now at 5 p.m., the center of Tropical Storm Maria, which has been upgraded to Tropical Storm, which was Tropical Depression number 15 initially, at 5 p.m. was located 12.3 degrees north, 52.6 degrees west, or about 470 miles to the east-southeast of Barbados. Now this system is presently moving westward. However, a slower west-northwestward motion is expected to occur over the next few days. The maximum sustained winds have increased to 50 miles per hour, and further strengthening is predicted to occur as well. Now of importance, we are expecting some pockets of moderate to heavy showers, thunderstorm activity and gusty winds later tomorrow into Monday, and of course rainfall accumulations of 3 to 5 inches are possible. Now in addition to this, we are looking at some 13 to 20 foot swells. So of course a high surf advisory and small craft warning are now in effect. Residents in flood-prone areas, of course, are urged to take the necessary precautions as well and listen out for further updates as this system approaches the areas. We'll get some further information a little later in the news segment. Back to you, Wayne.
Thanks, Wayne. And as Wayne said, he will be back with more details on Tropical Storm Maria later in the news. Meanwhile, a five-member crew from the Barbados Light and Power Company has been deployed to Anguilla to provide support with the restoration of electricity following the passage of Hurricane Irma. The island was severely affected and turned to the Caribbean Electric Utility Services Corporation, or CARELEC, for assistance. The Light and Power team left this morning. Director of Operations at Light and Power, Johan Graves, says the BL&P has assisted on several other missions in the past. Problem with that clip, Miss?
I'll be there for about 3 weeks, basically assisting along with other utilities with the efforts there at Anguilla. So we're not the only utility that's going into Anguilla. There are a number of other utilities that will be on the ground there working as well.
Mr. Graves also assured that employee safety is a #1 priority for the utility company.
We have extensive safety checks that we'll do and procedures when we work in our network. And similarly, our guys are expected to follow the same level of safety as they were on the network in Anguilla. So in preparation for this mission today, we would also have had safety briefings with them yesterday, just going through all the normal steps that we would follow. They have all their necessary safety equipment, so we carry our own safety equipment, and we will follow our own safety practices.
And Distribution Supervisor and Team Leader Reggie Paris says the crew is ready for the challenge.
Our team is fairly experienced. There are two guys with us who have gone on more than 2 missions before. This is about my 8th, so we're fairly experienced. We have 2 new guys going with us on this trip. We'll be able to break them into the whole process. Hard work, hot sun. What happens after a hurricane is that almost everything that is green disappears. So we know it's hard work, hot sun, eating at irregular times, working probably sometimes 16 to 18 hours a day. So it is lots of hard work. What satisfies us at the end of the day is to when we recognize that customers are happy.
In other news, Barbadian volunteers heeded the call to help the environment, pulling trash from beaches on this International Coastal Cleanup Day. From as early as 6 this morning, many of them made their way to a number of beaches across the island. The major global effort is being held under the theme, Harnessing the Power of People to Fight Ocean Trash. Kishmar St. visited several beaches and filed this report.
Armed with gloves, rakes and bags, hundreds of volunteers came out at a number of locations across the island to take part in the cleanup. Bottles, plastics, parts of vehicles and even pieces of metal were among the items recovered from the beaches. Sandals Barbados was a part of the venture. The hotel, through the Sandals Foundation, teamed up with the Milton Lynch Primary Boy Scouts group. Several young boys, accompanied with their parents and Sandals staff, were hard at work at Miami Beach.
We picked up sea moss, we picked up bottles, covers, caps and everything.
Sea moss and bottles, covers and garbage, wrappers.
Bottles and garbage got here?
By people.
We pick up different kind of seaweeds, and we also had to pick up some seaweed under the ground.
Public Relations Manager David Hines says beaches are one of Barbados' most valuable assets.
It's probably the #1 selling point for not only Sandals but for Barbados and all the hotels. And if you look at what's going on, especially, you know, we had the sargassum coming in a little while ago and so on, still coming in. So these little efforts, whatever we can to help clean up the beaches for not only the tourists but for Barbadians as well, we fully support and endorse.
On another side of Miami Beach were members of the Duke of Edinburgh International Awards Barbados.
This is one way that they can start to log some hours. So for the ones who are participants, it's part of their process. For the leaders, it's an opportunity to come out and give back to Barbados, which we think is very important. And then in the wider scope of the program, because we do hiking and camping, we're out there, we see just how littered and dirty Barbados is in some places. As we pass through places like gullies, we see the old fridges, the beds, pieces of cars, and we also often wonder, how do they get there?
The Caribbean Youth Environment Network was assisted by members of the Circle K Club at Bronx Beach. That group was not only collecting garbage, but measuring and logging it into a database. National Coordinator Shade Dean says microplastics are a problem.
Plastic takes years and years and years to break down, and of course if you're going to have any of this laying around, then it's going to turn into microplastics. So the initiative itself is kind of doing a preventative measure from getting pieces of plastics away from the ocean. Last year we would have been in over 50,000 pieces, and I'm not sure what we're going to do this year. If we get less than that, that might result in a good thing, but there's some other variables that come into play.
The boys of Milton Lynch wants Barbadians to show greater care for the environment.
To stop littering because it puts hard work on the other people that gotta clean them up. I like to tell people to stop littering because it's hard to take out all these sea moss, the caps and shells. Here's a shell that I picked up.
I would tell people that to stop littering because other people gotta come and clean up your mess, and you just at home there laying down and you ain't doing that. Other people gotta come and clean up the mess that you made.
Cleanups are also scheduled for tomorrow by CYEN at Belches, Maxwell and Enterprise Miami Beaches. Kishma Senjis, CBC News.
Okay, we take a break here, but we'll be back with more news in just a moment.
Celebrate Arbor Day at the 20th anniversary of the NCC's free Environmental Arbor Expo and Farmers Market on Saturday, September 23rd at the NCC headquarters, Codrington, St. Michael. Gates open at 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. The theme, Trees, the Circle of Life. This special year of celebration has many products and services derived from trees. You can attend workshops on plant maintenance, view environmental exhibits, and fashion shows. Don't miss out on the all-day plant sale with up to 20% off on selected plants. That's the Environmental Arbor Expo and Farmers Market, Saturday, September 23rd at the NCC headquarters, Codrington, St. Michael, from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. You shouldn't miss this exciting event.
Do you want audience numbers? Over 140,000 people are watching Morning Barbados and the evening news. 6 out of 10 top radio personalities are found right here at the CBC. CBC delivers the audience you need.
Welcome back. Well, plans are already in motion for the construction of Chefette's 16th restaurant facility. Word of this from Managing Director Ryan Halut. Mr. Halut says development has started at a site in Newton Christchurch, and construction is expected to be completed by the year 2020.
We started our infrastructure already, which is to put in the roadworks and the lighting and all the services. From there, what we're doing is we're now in the design stage, which takes a long time because we really want to try to incorporate a barbecue barn at that location in Chefette, Newton. We've not had a barbecue barn in Barbados open since 1996, December in Warrens. It's a long time, long before my time I started working here. So it'll be the first one that this team that we have right now will be working on. And we're envisioning it will take 3 years from now to get that branch open.
Ballet is for everyone. This is a message that Praise Academy of Dance wants to get across, as they are offering affordable classes for dancers of all ages and backgrounds. A CBC News team visited the academy in Hastings, Christchurch, and met their new international ballet teacher.
This is Laura Alvarez, an international ballet tutor from Cuba. Praise Academy of Dance has brought her on board for 1 year to extend their ballet program while offering world-class training. Through interpreter Pedro Hope, she told us that her main expectation is that the dancers learn all of the main techniques of ballet.
Just precisely that the ballet students be able to understand and learn the technique of the point, dancing the point, ballet. So her expectation is that the ballet student be able to master different choreography or well-known classical ballet like Swan Lake, The Sleeping Beauty, Nutcrackers. She would like to contribute to the creative development of the ballet students in relation to choreography, that they be able to develop some choreographies using the point. That's a technique of ballet that they want to develop here at Praise Academy.
She believes the dancers she has interacted with have a future in ballet.
She considers that the ballet students here in Barbados, they got the potential, the talent to master the ballet techniques, but still they had to improve some of the techniques that we take a lot of part. So they had the physical condition for doing ballet, but still they had to improve and they had to practice more so they can achieve all the techniques that is required for ballet.
And Praise Academy of Dance is planning a cultural tour to Cuba.
The ballet student can get experience for the National Ballet of Cuba, the National School of Ballet of Cuba. There's well known in the world, and they can learn from them.
Praise Academy has well over 100 dancers.
Some international news now. Police have arrested an 18-year-old man on suspicion of a terror offense in connection with Friday's attack on a London tube train. Armed police are continuing to search a house in Sunbury-on-Thames in Surrey. Metropolitan Police Deputy Assistant Commissioner Neil Basu says the arrest is very significant and the terror threat level remains critical. The man was arrested in the departure area of Dover Port on Saturday and has been moved to a London police station. 30 people were injured after the explosion on a train at Parsons Green. Well, sports news is just ahead with Damian Best. Stay with us.